It's time to discussion session. How many session do we have? 1, 2?
Until they tired.
Okay.
We are already tired.
We close that.
Okay. Let's start. Let's start with the first session with 3 questions.
Okay, please.
Just.
I just what I catch from what you explained. I don't know. Is it all the problem about Muslim because Al-Quran doesn't explain or doesn't improve our life? Al-Quran doesn't improve our life. But does that mean that the wrong side it's in the side of the mentality of the person, or Al-Quran doesn't give us knowledge about that?
Next, I think we will collect it first.
It's really a question from us. I mean, looking at my professional and also personal experience, because I've been living in different parts of the world, and you're absolutely correct in the sense that, you know, sometimes my spiritual life is like this is the second part of my life, right? And then me myself, I feel that I have some sort of duality in my life, like you call it like building secularism inside, which is absolutely true. It's also why like in the last couple of months I was more focused. My work is in the Middle East, so I feel more comfortable of practicing my religion, for example. But whenever I come back here, it's always difficult to find the balance in the sense that, you know, I need to go to meetings, and then actually I need to pray as well. But then sometimes I need to just, so in a sense finding that balance is really difficult. Do you have like tips and tricks, for example? How can we actually try to impose, in a sense, not only receiving at the receiving end, but more imposing? Okay, I'm Muslim. I want to project my Muslim identity into my my professional life as well. I mean.
Okay, I got it.
Last one, first session.
Yes, so I'm interested in your statement regarding the Muslim community, because you said that there's like a Muslim mentality where we cannot achieve what we have already achieved in the past, but it happens to like a large amount of Muslim people nowadays. So what is the major cause of this issue? What's the main trigger that makes we as Muslims do almost things that we cannot do like we have already done in the past?
Okay. Thank you very much for this. Thank you very much for this valuable question. The first question is about Quran. Does it mean that it's not complete? On the contrary, Quran only explain to us the principle of life, the principle how to educate our children. Ya bunayya la tushrik billah inna shirka la zulmun azim. This is the advice from Luqman to his sons. The main advice is how to implement, how to to grow tawheed, faith, to the heart of children. This is the principle. How do you implement it? How do you implement it? It's up to you. You can use film, music, education, speaking, discussion, playing together. Up to you. But the principle is, you give tawheed to your children. Al-Quran said about the relationship between man and woman. First, by marriage. Second, the purpose is to build sakina. Sakina doesn't only mean tranquility, calm, no, but also stability. Man and wife, when they marry, they need to be stable each other, their life. This is the purpose. So how to implement this as psychologists? Our problem today is we don't have purpose. Let me ask you a question about the science, robotic, or any technological advance. What is the main driving force for the progress of technology?
Money.
Huh?
Money.
Money. This is new iPhone X. Do you think we will have iPhone 20? We will have it in some years. Until when?
Nothing.
We like it, of course, it's good quality, right? But until when? What is the driving force? It's money. As long as we can produce more money, we get more money. No matter what, we will make what we need. But Islam give us value. You know, some robotic in Japan, they produce a lot of robot to replace you as a wife. They prefer to stay with this robot, silicone, than to replace their wives. Because this silicone will not protect or anything. Or ask money for shopping. It means that this progress, this scientific progress, doesn't lead us to prosperity, to our happiness, but just producing money. So that's why Al-Quran gives us guidance, give us value, environment. If we can take anything that we want to produce more money, we will do it. But we have ethic, how to protect our environment. We may produce money, of course, we must produce it. But if this production will damage our world, our environment, Al-Quran forbid it. So as a Muslim scholar, if one day you are the owner of great mobile phone in the world, you have strict regulation as long as this mobile doesn't interfere with environment, doesn't damage the environment, just go on. If this damages our forest, our ocean, and our river, stop it. I am as a boss, I have made my decision. How we do it? If we are the boss, if we are the leader, not the follower, not the consumers, not the buyer. So the road is very far. We need to climb to the top of the position. So Al-Quran, on the contrary, inspires us to do something good. Not the problem on Quran, but the problem that we cannot take inspiration from Quran. This is the first question.
So we need money and power.
Money, power, networking, everything.
And
This
how
is
about the
Muslim.
mentality?
Mentality, of course.
Yeah.
This mentality lead us to the separation between Quran and our life. We don't feel mentality in Arabs. We call in Arabic an-nafsiyah mentality. Rasulullah SAW changed this nafsiyah, this mentality. You are a leader. Kuntum khairu ummah, you are the best ummah. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala said to angels in Surah Al-Baqarah, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. When Allah said to the angels, I'm making on the earth Khalifa. What is a Khalifa? Khalifa is not rising caliphate or something. No, not that terminology. Khalifa means leader. So in every great revolution, there are only three kind of people: leaders, or followers, or victims. Who we are? The leaders are Samsung, Apple, Mark Zuckerberg. They are the leaders. We are followers. Who are the victim? Taxi driver. They are the victim. They must face Uber and some online. These are the victim. Some vegetable seller. They are the victim. Why I don't have any customer? Because of course, they are riding their motorcycle. They come to their house by online platform. They are the victims. So we will be a victim or a follower or leaders. This is the mentality. The Prophet Muhammad SAW told all companions, you are the leader. So that's why one of the historians said, when the Prophet died, passed away, he didn't leave any soldiers. He didn't leave any soldiers. Why? Because most of them are top-rank leaders. So anywhere they go, they can build in our community their own battalion. Because they are leaders. This mentality. The second question is about, please repeat your question.
So,
Living in Europe. I live in Europe 4 years and a half, 3 years in France, 1.5 in England. I feel what you feel. That living in Europe is not easy as a Muslim. We must admit it first. But Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has given us another rule. Al-ajru ala qadri mashaqqa. This is the rule in usul fiqh. Al-ajru ala qadri mashaqqa. The benefit, the reward from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala based on the level of difficulty. So it means praying here, praying Jummah here, with the same ikhlas, inshallah, will be more valuable in front of Allah than praying in Saudi Arabia or in Indonesia. Because it's very difficult for you to come from a university to ask permission for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes to do praying. Al-ajru ala qadri masyaqqat, the reward from Allah based on the level of difficulty. But on the contrary, in my opinion, this is the great challenge and opportunity. I wish I can live here for some years, but I have so many responsibility in my country. Because why? This is the land when you can spread out Islam to many people. You don't have any rivalry between Ustad here. If you still have any rivalry between Ustad, you misunderstand about the mission of Islam. In Indonesia it happens. I don't like this Ustad. Why? Because he take my community. Rivalry between Ustad. Here you don't have it.
You don't have Ustad here.
You don't have Ustad at all. You have so many opportunities to spread out Islam. Not by word. Be careful. Not only by word. By akhlaq, by behavior, by achievement. You just show your name and show your achievement. That's enough. Can you imagine one day? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This Nobel Prize is really valuable for me. But do you know what inspired me to get this Nobel Prize? This Quran. We just said that in the night of award. You tell about Islam at that time, at that very moment. This is da'wah, great achievement of Islam. You don't talk about Islam about anything. You just show it by your achievement. That is the second opportunity. The third opportunity is about the concept of reward. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Man sanna fil Islami sunnatan hasana." If you make good example in Islam, kana lahu ajruha. You will get reward from Allah. It's clear, right? But be careful. وَأَجْرُ مَنْ عَمِلَ بِهَا بِغَيْرِ أَنْ يُنْقَصْ مِنْ أُجُورِهِمْ شَيْءٍ. You will also get reward from anybody who follows your good example without reducing their reward. So it's like copying and pasting. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will copy their reward to you. So can you imagine? Amr bin As. Amr bin As is the delegation from Umar bin Khattab. He sent him to Egypt. Do you know what was the religion in Egypt? Coptic Christian in Egypt in the time of Umar bin Khattab. Because of Amr bin As, of course because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but by his hand, he has converted the whole country. Not by war, by diplomatic mission. Now, let us imagine together. From the time of Amr bin As, 14, 15 century ago, how many billion Muslims? And we see there is Imam Shafi'i living in Egypt for some years. We have Ibn Atta'illah. We have Al-Azhar University. We have Salahuddin Al-Ayyubi going there. We have 1,000 million ulama. We have, I studied there. Million and billion people praying there. All this reward come to Amr bin As. So, just imagine the situation. For some, in some years, in 10 and 20 years, maybe there will be a lot of Muslims here, not because of people, but because of you. Because you make some contribution, and your contribution inspires people to embrace Islam because of you. This is the greatest achievement for our life in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not only money. So just see it in different way. It's difficult, I know it's difficult, but this is so many opportunity and challenge. And last question is about, sir,
Yes?
remind me.
Yes, the question is, what was the main reason why nowadays we see like
Yeah,
Muslim community?
there is two kind of reason, internal and external. I have told you about the internal reason. What is the main problem within ourselves? But actually there is some external problem as well. But I don't want to talk about this. Conspiracy, there is economic competition. In the simple term, Muslim majority country, they are the most potential people who can compete global economical order globally. So if they understand their potential power, what it is? Quran. If they understand this Quran, if they can implement this, if they can move, they can develop their country with their religion, which is different with another religion, they will be a great competitor for the future. Even now, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, and South Africa, they are really threatening the current global power, BRICS. How if Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia rise as new competitor? It's very difficult for the leader now, leader of the world. So that's why there will be always attempt to reduce Islamic movement, to reduce the spirit of Islam, and also to minimize the effort of Muslims in building their own country. This is very simple. Economical competition logic. This is the external factor. But I don't want to talk about this because this is too big. And second, it is the typical of reactive people. It's not my problem because their problem. No, I don't want you to think in that way. I want us to think that this is our problem. We need to change from within. Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Allah will not change the situation of one country unless they change their soul. And the changing starts from mindset. I hope it helpful.